I wanted to tell you guys about my ketamine infusion treatment that I've done now 7 times over the past month. Hopefully it can help you guys know whether you want to try this treatment for yourselves or maybe recommend it to a loved one for them to check out. For me, I was going in for my depression and anxiety. My parents passed away, dad of my stepmom, like 4 months ago. I'm not going to go into the details of what ketamine is. You can just go and search that for yourselves to learn the science behind it. I'm just going to tell you about my experience and what it was like for me, how I feel. I just had my treatment literally 2 hours ago, so it's really fresh in my mind. You forget quite a bit of it as time goes on. So I want to make sure that I get this out there before I forget too much of what it was like. To start off, you need to be prescribed ketamine or referred to a ketamine clinic. I had a physician's assistant sit with me, and they did intravenous, or they put a needle in my arm, and the ketamine came into my body over time. It wasn't just like an injection, and so it kind of like ramps up, and you kind of have like this takeoff moment. And it's a 45-minute session. Mine turned into about an hour and a half. And you lay back in a chair, you put a blanket over your legs. My mom was actually with me. The physician hangs out, and he'll come in and out of the room. Not that you ever notice whether he does or not. I don't really know why I was wearing that headset, so going forward, the headset's off. Anyways, this is what you're going to be wearing, something like this to cover your eyes. And then you have a headset on and noise canceling preferably, and then you just vibe out to really calming piano music or relaxing music, whatever you choose to listen to. I'm going to try my best to describe this. This is really hard. It's nothing like I've ever experienced in my entire life. You start to see a lot of shapes and colors, and you start to disassociate from reality, and you forget that you have legs, and your legs go numb, and then your body and your mouth, your face, everything just kind of relaxes. It's kind of like an anesthesia. You're still awake. You don't get put to sleep. So honestly, it feels like you're stripped of your body. Your soul or your consciousness is still there behind the 2 lenses that we view life through, and you're just experiencing these different waves of whatever your brain or the drug or the universe is trying to show you. And it'll be like with the music, it really flows and shifts and shapes and bright colors and deep understanding and thoughts of what reality is, and makes you question your own reality. At some points you forget that you are who you are and what you came from, and this earth is just a small reality in many realities while you're experiencing this crazy. I'm not going to say you're flying through the galaxy, because that's not how it is at all for me. Sometimes it feels like you're looking at the stars, but very rarely was I like, oh, this is the stars in the galaxy. No, it was just like, just reality itself seems to just melt and bend and turn into other things and different ideas and concepts. With the ketamine treatment, they want you to do it like 6 times within the first month to have it be most effective. What they do is they will ramp up your ketamine dosage a little bit more and more each time. Really, these last 2 sessions, like I was like finally making leaps and bounds towards some type of relief or recovery from this mental nightmare that I've been living in. Like today, for example, one of the things that I experienced is, this was a small segment of my experience, but I was in a very dark black room, and it was like zooming in on the black room, and in my mind I was like, this is what hell is. It's just darkness, blackness. I remember thinking, oh, I died. Like, I had too much ketamine. I must be out of this world, dead. This is death. It wasn't like a scary experience. It wasn't like fear and trembling. It was calm, and just, it was almost like you were understanding it from a neutral point of view. Again, behind these lenses I was just experiencing all these things, almost like I was just observing through like a telescope. I really wish I could describe it better. It's just something that's indescribable. You'd have to just experience it for yourself. It's almost like going to a planetarium and looking up at the sky in the planetarium, or that new sphere in Vegas, and you're just experiencing like this light show. Also having a very calm feeling and out-of-body experience. Sometimes you feel a little bit of love. It shows you different things about the world. You view the world as like a bizarre place. I remember thinking as I was coming out of it that I didn't want to go back to this bizarre earth where I'm stuck in this body that I was born into on the American continent, with the background that I went through, like how I lived, like all my experiences leading up, and like just everything about this reality was just so bizarre. When I was taking the treatment, it made it almost seem silly. Like, what are we going through? I had a really cool moment today where I felt like the ketamine, the universe, whatever I was experiencing, was teaching me that this world that we're in is for us to just experience and to learn new things, to create things, to find love. Just there was a lot of feeling. It was showing me different shapes and things and whatnot. It almost felt like I was looking at, like, because I play a lot of video games. It was almost like I was looking at like Minecraft or some other type of video game where you create things, and it was like, look, it's just you can go out and do whatever you want. You can go out and create things. You can go out and experience this world however you want. Just if you want to go do something, go and do it. It was very empowering and motivating and peaceful. Like some segments of it, it feels like you're falling or you're flying or you're coming to a point. You'll be viewing something and all of a sudden it will like dissolve and shift, and all of a sudden you're viewing something else. You're very groggy when you come out of it, so you have to have someone either pick you up or you have to have an Uber come pick you up. Right after my mom dropped me off, she walked me up the stairs, and we hugged, and I just cried because it kind of puts you in like a different mindset, and because you appreciate things more, and it kind of puts you in the moment of, wow, this reality is so fragile, and it almost, this reality, it feels special, like everything and everyone is connected. My overall experience has been positive. I feel like I don't know enough yet on my depression, whether I'm going to have a lot of relief for a month or relief for a week or a day. I know I feel really good right now. I felt really good yesterday after that session. Hope this helps you guys out. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about it. All right, cool. Peace.